Ogun Central. They are saying it's governors' club. There is only governors that are now speaking on this motion. Let me commend the mover of this motion and to join my colleagues to say that I think as a nation, we are our own enemies. Because clearly, palm oil, we know, it's not just about palm oil alone. In the 50s and the 60s, people have stressed it. Let me join them in saying that we know that our economy was very vibrant. Even in those days, they can't rival any economy in the world. And what are the things that we used? It was our prowess in agriculture. Of course, you know the groundnut pyramid of the north. We know what cocoa does for us. By extension, we know what palm oil that we are talking about, what it did for our economy then. But just like what the mover of the motion said, the advent of what I call crude oil, petroleum, of course, made all of us so lazy that we dropped the ball. And in dropping that ball, ever since we dropped that ball, we have never been able to get out of that, what I call setback. I remember that in 2000, and it was even probably 2003 or early 2004, in this same Hallows chamber, motion like this was moved on palm oil. Indeed, we went to Malaysia as a delegation. I was there. I headed Commerce Committee that time. We went to Malaysia. We saw all of these things. Just like what I said, we ended up, of course, we made budgetary provision. Somehow, money was not released. You know the story, year in, year out. As a governor, of course, I went to Malaysia too. Not even only Malaysia, we went to Indonesia to see how things were done. These are ordinarily should be low-hanging fruits if we do what we should do. But if you note that the quantum of support and subsidy that we give to the petroleum sector, indeed look at the infinitesimal support that we gave, and it looks so huge. Under the grain, of course, you know what rice is doing now in Nigeria. It is because of the support that was received. And my comfort now is the fact that this administration, they are now trying to right the wrong and do the right thing. Because what we usually expect, and as our people will say, cow doesn't give birth to antelope. But in our own setting, we expect that without funding those sectors, miracles will happen. I recollect that NIFO, it's not just only NIFO, all our research institutes, they are neglected totally. And until when that is done, nothing can happen. This should be ordinarily what should be low-hanging fruits, particularly to create employment for our people. Look at the number of people that this sector will have employed. Look at the ancillary products, several of the other things. I remember when we went to Malaysia, even shirts are byproduct of palm oil, because they live, when they do it, there's a way they do it, they use it for their shirts and all sorts. But for us, we are not doing what we should do, and we are expecting miracle to happen. We have, in fact, the biggest, probably in the entire Southwest, Akoje Farm, is in Ogun State. It was done in the 50s. Today it's moribund, because the quantum of money that you need, because it's been neglected. This is a place we have maybe about over 10,000 buildings there for farm settlers. Those days, they were working very, very. So what I think we should do, beyond all what we will say here, is to follow it through. Whatever budgetary provision that we give to them, we should ensure that money are released. If need be, we should work with the respective Ministry of Agriculture, and all these incubation centers that we have. We can support them. And once that is done, what is happening with rice now will be a child's play, because this palm oil we employ more of our people, and everybody will begin to reap the benefits of what we have done in this place. Right from the farm to the table, we should support this motion, and we should ensure that we get the necessary committee, particularly Committee on Agriculture and those on Science and Tech, to see what we can do, and that all our research institutes must be revived. President.
Senator Samegu.